Have you ever read or watched something and realized there was something amiss? Some things that didn't quite add up? Well, why don't you grab a cup of coffee as we delve deep into that realm? We welcome you to the Sunday Morning Plot Hole.
All right, everybody, welcome to our second podcast. I'm Will.
I am the QuinnJet.
And who the fuck are you?
My name's Lunchbox.
By law, we have to state that he is called Lunchbox and stay several hundred yards away from the schoolyard.
I'm not allowed to live around schools, you know?
It's because you're allergic to the pollen that's created by the trees, right?
Yup, and kids.
So today we planned on talking about Suicide Squad with our friend Kelsey, but we think she's still asleep at 3 p.m. So we decided we're just going to call in our buddy here and we're going to talk about the fantasy genre and all things that are kind of included in that.
But before that, I brought a present for the QuinnJet.
That's right. Where did I put it?
Oh god, the present's gone.
Oh no, it can't be gone.
National Treasure 3, the search for QuinnJet's present.
Hey!
Oh, I thought that was my present. Was National Treasure 3?
Yeah. Announced today, Nicolas Cage in National Treasure 3.
That's my present.
The search for the real presidency.
That's my present to me. Okay, that's no one else's present but mine. All right, close your eyes.
All right.
Close them.
My eyes are closed.
All right. The first present. Here you are, sir.
Close my eyes.
Yes. There you go. It's an Electro from your favorite movie, Spider-Man 2.
The Amazing Spider-Man
But
2.
to
Oh,
keep
it lights up,
But
too.
to keep with the theme,
Yeah.
I got you 2 Electro.
That way they can play together.
Oh,
Twice
they-
the movie, twice
They
the fun.
both light up, too.
Yes.
Oh,
It's not gonna give you a broke
You could
ass
say
Electro
it's
toy.
electrifying.
automatic.
Power
And
Rangers.
the last one from your favorite movie franchise.
Oh my god, is this Bumblebee?
From Transformers 4.
Dude, oh man,
the
that's
best one.
my favorite one that I totally saw, because I've totally seen that one.
I didn't even know they made 4.
Oh, you didn't? That was when Optimus Prime rode the dinosaur.
For like,
Oh yeah,
for like a minute.
I fell
For a
asleep
minute.
through that. Yeah, I wanted the dinosaur. That's all I wanted. I fell asleep.
It was like
during that movie.
3 hours long.
Yeah, I
Yep.
slept during the first 2 and a half.
To be fair, and that was the thing when I first saw it, because this is when, I realized, because I liked the Transformers movie when I was a dumb teenager, because
Yeah,
Megan
fair
Fox is hot.
I
It's
like
kind of manly.
I'd
in
like
that
to
first
go
one.
into her foxhole. But,
fair.
we were talking about Saving Private Ryan earlier, so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
Anyways, well,
Get into
I
it.
know where
Get
I'm
into the
going to
bunker.
come from.
This is a really complex toy for McDonald's.
Oh.
That's actually one that you could get at Five Below for $5.
Oh, it is.
I
okay.
worked there, and it was
Good.
the
It's not. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
See, I never got into Transformers, as toy-wise. I liked the
really?
movies because, I don't know, I was always the Power Rangers kid because I liked Megazords more than
Yep.
Transformers because I would always try to transform them, and,
It's,
I would never know if they were finished.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'd just be like, meh.
I
It
like.
just kind of looks like a bug thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, his name is Bumblebee.
Oh, he doesn't look like a bee at all.
I like.
I think you need to be careful about that statement.
He looks like a car, like an actual car.
Isn't he a Mustang?
No,
It
he's
was
a
a
Camaro.
Camaro.
Because that's what, that was another reason,
You
I thought
don't
the
know
cars
cars?
were so cool, bruh, cars.
Bro, cars.
Cars.
Dude, bro, let's talk about cars, bro.
Yeah, and...
You mentioned bro Transformers? Transform! Bro!
Wait, you mean Transformers.
Oh god, yeah. I did enjoy it. This is during the second one when he goes to the frat house or whatever, and it's got that. It's like the
We
one.
need to
joke.
get you
yeah,
tighter shirts.
Yeah, we need to get you a tighter shirt. We looked, we couldn't find one, and then they high five or they
my
fist bump.
God.
That's the bro moment in Transformers
Next thing
right
you know,
there.
Starscream's
Wait a minute.
gonna start putting roofies in
Oh,
girls'
God.
dress or some shit.
No, that was Jazz. this is a cool place to kick it.
What's his real name? Chaz?
Yeah, that was his
Oh
name.
my god,
Yeah,
that is the
yeah.
bro. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That was Jazz, and he got ripped in half by
I think
Megatron.
Only.
the 1957 Bel Air that's named Chet. We'll just get that one going.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
The only worse name than Chaz is Chet.
Chet.
I
That
don't
is-
know. What about the 2 racist depictions in Transformers 2?
Well, there was that.
Poor Tom Kenny. That was
Was that Tom?
one of them was Tom Kenny.
Was
I'm
that
pretty sure.
the airplane that was falling apart, or was that?
No. That was I honestly can't remember who that was.
I know in Revenge of the Fallen it was Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, God.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, wasn't John Goodman in the fourth one?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
John Goodman was also, and then Joe DiMaggio
That's
plays
cool.
Bender. He's in that one. And then the Chinese guy from Inception.
We're going to talk about the fantasy genre, not bro Transformers or, the bombing of Nagasaki or Hiroshima, because that's where our conversation
Yeah, we're going to move on from that.
So yeah, we were talking about it, and Martha and I found out that among the many things that we have in common is that we both hate Lord of the Rings, which is really, really hard to find in kind of our group of people that like nerdy things. Most people swear by Lord of the Rings and think it's the greatest thing in the world, when in actuality, it's kind of hot garbage.
Well, I'm gonna
hot garbage.
That's a little harsh. I want to stay.
But
That's a whole nother fucking discussion.
Orlando Bloom.
no.
Oh, dude, so good. So
Something
good.
else Bloom.
I love
and
how
it
in The
wasn't
Hobbit,
Orlando.
the one guy looked more like Orlando Bloom than Orlando
Yeah,
Bloom
Lee
looks
Pace.
like. Yeah,
Like,
Lee Pace.
Lee Pace looks like Orlando Bloom.
No, not Lee Pace. Not Lee Pace. It was the other guy that lived in the village.
Smog.
Smog looks just like. I mean,
You remember that movie Elizabethtown when
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst was like, and Orlando Bloom was like,
What's great is that she's made out with a spider and a dragon. Like, it's just like, she's a lover of
she's
all animals.
weird, man.
Yeah, she's
That's
into
why
weird
she's
stuff.
all in those Lars von Trier films. She's like, let's do fucked up shit.
It's like on speed dial.
Her first movie was fucking
I had the dragon.
Suicide.
I had
Oh,
the
wow.
spider.
Wait, her first movie was Virgin Suicides?
Well, it was one of them, yeah.
No, she was in Jumanji before that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't
She?
Yeah, she
care.
played the girl in Jumanji.
Yeah, but
The-
one that's
which
not,
one?
Not Bonnie Hunt. I'm not saying
Because Kirsten
That's a
Dunst.
name.
Okay, so she was the younger version of Bonnie Hunt.
She was no. She was the little girl that played the game when they found it in the future. Like when Robin Williams is older, she was one of the kids that found it in the house. That's Kirsten Dunst's character. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
excited for that remake of Jumanji.
With
starring The
Dwayne-
Rock and
Zach
Kevin
Galifianakis.
And
Oh wait, no, Zach Galifianakis. No, I got him mixed up with Jack Black somehow. That was
no.
yeah.
Is Jack Black in it?
Jack
Yeah.
Black is in it too.
Okay.
Kevin Hart. I don't
Hart.
understand.
Kevin Hart.
I hopefully that
Would you
Kevin
consider
Hart is
that
playing,
genre, or would you consider Jumanji fantasy? Because it does have that magical
Yeah,
element.
sure, why not?
I thought it was a documentary, so I'm
You know what's a blasphemous statement, and I don't even give a shit?
Hmm.
I like Zathura more than I like Jumanji.
Was that
I liked
directed
it,
by Jon Favreau.
That's
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
I liked the art direction more in Zathura.
Yeah,
Like it was
for
very
sure.
creative,
Mhm.
but I think that's more because you and I both like sci-fi more. I think
That's
that's
true.
safe to say,
Yeah.
and like other people like fantasy. I like Jumanji more. I think as a kid, one because when I was a kid, I was a super big fan of Robin Williams.
Also, it came out first, so that helped.
Yeah,
Sure.
That was
yeah,
my first one I saw.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I like Zathura though because it had
Dak Shepard.
and Peter Bread, the guy that played Peter Malarkey or whatever his name is. From
Oh,
Hunger
yeah,
Games.
fucking Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He played a asshole. That kid
Yeah.
was not
And he
nice.
was an RV.
Yeah, he
Also
was
with
an RV.
Robin Williams.
Oh, we tied them. We tied the films. We went from Jumanji to RV to Zathura.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Now we need to tie it into Orlando Bloom.
Give me enough time. Oh, that's easy. Kirsten Dunst, Elizabethtown, Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
I'm really good at this.
Paula
Okay.
Dean was in Elizabeth.
I know. I remember that.
Like Paula Dean? Paula Dean?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
why my mom went and wanted to see it. She was like, "When?" I guess it was 2006. I
Before
was 10.
everybody found out she was racist.
Yeah,
I think we always knew that she used tad
Yeah.
too much butter for my liking and not be racist.
that's true.
Like,
That's true.
You
No
know,
one uses that much butter and like.
every time she's like,
Hey,
use that
Julia
white butter.
Childs.
That's true.
She did, yeah. She
Was-
wasn't racist, though.
Was she racist?
No, she wasn't
racist.
racist.
I don't think so.
She liked the
Can you prove that?
she liked the Frenchman.
Do you have such a document for that?
I would like to make Giles with Julia.
What does that even mean? Oh. I thought you said,
last
I thought you
name's
said,
Child.
I thought you said Giles.
I
I'm
think
like,
I did.
What the hell's a Giles? Like,
I don't know.
behind on the times.
We were
with these
talking
new
about
sex
Lord of the
movies.
Rings, and now we're on Paula Dean and Julia and me fucking Julia Childs.
I bet Paula Dean likes The Hobbit.
Anyways, I want to state for the record, I don't hate Lord of the Rings. I don't like it though, because one, and I hate being that guy. It's so boring to me.
It is
Uh,
so boring.
and like you can always go about that. But our friend Lunchbox here, he likes Lord of the Rings.
I enjoy the film. I think it's because I read the books when I was little, and then I watched them come to life, and it's like that whole nostalgia thing. I'll chalk up to nostalgia. That's
which
fine.
was a lot of Harry Potter for me.
Exactly,
because we both Lunchbox and I both really like Harry Potter. Quinn does not, so we have the 0, 0, 1, and then 1, 1, still 0, which means QuinnJet is running on empty.
QuinnJet's being negative. No way.
Let's keep it going. Mad Max Fury Road was a pile of trash.
You know,
oh man,
are you looking for a new roommate?
I in fact am at this point. Like, this is ridiculous, but I already knew that one. I knew that he hated it because he hates fun. So like, you know,
it's not that I hate fun. It's just that I like story.
Yeah,
I mean, story.
It was a story. It's fine.
That's fine.
It's really hard to set up like a whole centralized world and then develop these characters in a small amount of time and then have a story revolving around that. Wait, it's not, because that's what happened. So. They did. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite film, I gotta say, but I love the film. For one, because of all the amazing practical effects.
Yeah,
which is also one of the reasons I really respect Lord of the Rings.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to come back to that. Like, I don't like the Lord of the Rings movies. I think they're boring, whatever. But I respect them for the fact that, like, if you look at the orcs and all the practical makeup and the practical
makeup
effects,
is so good.
It's really good. So from a filmmaking aspect, I can appreciate those details. However, I don't think that constitutes, like, the film being a good film. Because I can go make a short film right now with all practical effects, but, like, it doesn't make it good. But I love practical effects. That's why I think Force Awakens was so cool, because they used those. That's why The Thing is one of the greatest movies ever made.
You're not wrong.
Like, I think that using those, especially in today's modern age, is really, really cool. So I respect Lord of the Rings, and also I respect Lord of the Rings because the whole motion capture thing, I think, is one of the coolest things in cinema right now.
He really needs an Oscar. What
Andy
was
Serkis.
Yeah, Andy Serkis.
I mean, basically, Andy Serkis and Peter Jackson created this and made it what it is today.
He really needs
and,
like even if it's just like one of those lifetime achievement
things,
I agree. Needs it.
I agree. I honestly think there should be a category for, like, best motion capture.
Why, he'd win it every year, though.
Yeah, because I think that's almost...
Because, I mean, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, that's really impressive, I think. So, I don't know.
But he would have lost to Caesar or Andy Serkis as Caesar.
Probably.
Yeah, because...
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe later on down the road, once we see even more and more of it. But
it just needs something, especially for, like, there's a category of visual effects, and then there's subgenres and stuff. Yeah. But one of the things I wanted to get into it is why we don't like the element of fantasy, and other people do.
Well, see, here's the thing about that is, like, I consider myself someone that does like the genre of fantasy because. Mostly, I think, because I'm really big into Norse mythology, which a lot of fantasy borrows from. Like, I'm super into swords and axes and you know, war hammers. I would much rather see a movie that has, you know, sword fights rather than, like, big gun battles.
So you're saying you really like Thor 2, right?
I don't hate that movie. It's not very good, but I don't hate it.
You know what?
It's not Suicide Squad, though, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's not as good as Suicide
Squad. It's not as good.
You know, I had a friend. I was talking to some people about, like, unwatchable superhero movies and almost unwatchable superhero movies. I said, like, Fan 4 Stick is unwatchable.
Really? Because I can see a good movie buried under the studio there.
Yeah,
it's
like,
another Suicide Squad for me, where it's just buried and buried and buried.
But, like, it's buried there, and it's not... It's fun to wish, oh, wow, we could have seen this great movie. But the final product we got is unwatchable. It's how I feel. I feel the same way about Ghost Rider Sphere of Vengeance and Green
I agree to that, because...
Green Lantern as well. I can't fucking watch it.
Yeah, I can watch 5 to 10 minutes of Green Lantern.
Anything with Mark Strong.
Anything with Mark Strong.
Sinestro is awesome. And then everything else is dog shit.
Yeah.
But I was talking about I have a tier system for superhero movies. And I have, like, tier 1, which is unwatchable, and tier 2 is almost unwatchable. And that's where I put Suicide Squad and Batman vs. Superman.
I can skip, like, half of Batman vs. Superman just to get to the Batman scenes, and I'd be happy.
But that's how I feel. Like, I mean, I enjoy watching that one Batman fight scene. I'm like, that's cool. So
every Batman fighting scene is great.
That's true.
I love it.
But I had a friend that said the first Thor is nearly unwatchable.
No,
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
about? It's a fine little movie.
If you take away just from that the introduction of Hawkeye, Like, I mean, that's
That was
dope.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, Thor. The first one, it's fun. It's good. I like it, and I think that Thor is one of my favorite characters in comics and definitely in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is why I'm so excited for Thor Ragnarok, because it finally has someone that, like, I like Ken Branagh. I think he's cool, but
What else has he done?
He did all those Shakespeare movies, so he did like Othello. Actually, he didn't direct Othello, but he was in it.
Okay.
He directed Henry V and
Okay.
Hamlet. He's a cool guy,
But
cool
he's
director. But like,
He's not what's I can't even say his name.
Takia Waititi, I think is how we
Waititi.
pronounce it.
Yeah.
That's
Is he the director of 1 and 2?
No.
Oh, is he the new one?
Ken Branagh did the first one. Alan Taylor did the second one. Who directed episodes of Game of Thrones and then Terminator Genesis. Hack director, the man.
Terminator Genesis.
I didn't see it. I have no interest.
No,
in
I
seeing
didn't
it.
see it either.
However,
Which one was Genesis?
the newest one.
Newest one where
Oh,
they.
I have not seen that one. I saw the one before it, and I didn't hate it.
Salvation.
Salvation. It was a
I
fun
like that
little movie.
CGI Arnold.
That was
It
bad.
was actually
But
pretty good.
Anton Yelchin's in it, so
Anton Yelchin is in it.
yeah.
But no, Thor Ragnarok is going to be great. It has Takia Waititi, who did What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People,
Also,
Eagle versus Shark.
Werewolves. Very soon.
Werewolves, yeah,
Very
that's going to
soon.
be dope.
Yeah.
So that's why, and the fact that Natalie Portman isn't in Thor Ragnarok, who I like Natalie Portman, but I don't want Thor to be on Earth anymore. I'm like,
Yeah, I think
shit.
that's everybody's main thing. It's like, and with that, going back to our topic, with that, like, almost classify as fantasy now because of Thor, because we
Yeah.
both like Thor.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I think, though, Thor is, like, one of those characters for me that works a lot better in a group than he does by himself, because, like, I enjoyed the first Thor movie, haven't seen Thor 2 because I had, like, no interest
Whoa,
in
you
it.
haven't?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen Thor 2?
Dude, it's like...
I heard it was just mediocre, and that was the thing I was getting back to. It's hilarious to me that the movie that we can make fun of the most, Thor 2, is still leaps and bounds better than anything DC has made.
yeah, it's exactly how I feel. I mean, I would say Thor 2...
I'd rather watch the Wolverine. So.
Oh, really? I actually like that movie a lot. That's probably my
hate it.
favorite.
I don't like Origins either.
Whoa, finish that statement, Matt.
What?
Well,
It's my
Wolverine-
favorite solo Wolverine movie. Well,
Oh,
two of
there's
them.
There's only two of
Yeah.
them.
That-
And the
but,
first one-
It's my favorite solo Wolverine
Yeah, I
movie
think
too.
it's probably
It's, you know,
everyone's.
like,
But honestly, it might be up there for me because it was one of the, like we talked about
tough.
last time. I never saw the X-Men as superheroes. It
Right.
was the first time I saw Wolverine as kind of a superhero because he
Okay.
was going out of his way to save people, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. And like, I liked a lot of the view practical effects they used. I like that aspect, and like the small scale. I like small scale action
Yeah.
scenes instead of like buildings blowing up
And
everywhere.
also, I think that it's cool, with that movie, that it's not someone trying to end the world.
yeah,
Because how many superhero movies do we see where it's like, they're gonna destroy the world or the universe? It's like, this
do
one
one
was
better. How
was-
many of them are shooting a blue laser into the sky?
Christ.
It's
Too
just
many.
all of them.
Too many.
But anyways, this is devolving. Okay,
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Where were we on that? We were talking. Okay, but then why do you like the movie more than we do?
What, like Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so like I said, I read the books when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that with the whole nostalgia thing, and then I felt like it was just a good representation of what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Sadly, it was less boring than the books. So, and I know
That's
that,
hard.
I know you guys think it was boring, but I don't know. Like the Two Towers was a bit. I mean, that one I almost fell asleep in the theater watching that one. So that was
And I do want to put a little asterisk here. The first time I saw all these movies all the way through, because I saw snippets when I was a kid, but the first time I ever saw it all the way through was I was a junior in high school, and I took a film studies class.
Nice.
And we had to watch all three of those, but we watched the director's cut.
Oh dang!
Yeah, so that was like 10 hours of my life I'll
Did
never
you hear
get
Peter Jackson laughing in the back as you had to watch it? He's like, "Haha, this is my film."
back. Yes. it's
That's how I assume he talks. I don't know why, but like I've heard him talk before, but this is how I think he talks in
Did you know
private.
he was in Hot Fuzz?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's Santa.
Santa.
Santa and
Kate
Stabs.
Blanchett's in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the girl with the mask on, right?
Yep.
And I love it. Hot Fuzz is one of the greatest.
Oh my god, I love Hot
Exactly.
Fuzz.
Yep.
Like,
Okay, but anyways,
it's my favorite non-action action movie.
Yes.
Yep.
But one of the things that, like, I don't know, took me out of Lord of the Rings is there was never a relatable character to me. Because with all of the characters, they were which kind of was one of the problems with our favorite film franchise, episodes 1 through 3 of Star Wars.
So good.
Yeah. There was never an everyman. And, like, Frodo was probably...
relate to Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Ewan McGregor. Did you ever wish that Obi-Wan Kenobi just like started doing heroin halfway through that movie?
I was like, yeah, why is he not in Trainspotting right now?
I think that was Hayden Christensen, though. That he just realized what was happening is like, I can't deal, man. Allegedly. All of this is alleged. But anyways...
Hayden Christensen, heroin addict. It's fine.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was on set. He did it all the time.
Okay. But anyways, like, Frodo got close... But, like, when they started explaining magic and stuff like that, he was just like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There was never that moment, like, have you guys seen The Last Starfighter?
It's been forever since I saw it when I was little.
Okay. If you guys ever want to watch that, I own it on VHS.
You know what? We have to watch it on VHS now.
Okay. But, like, in The Last Starfighter, when they started explaining all this stuff, they're like, you're gonna go and be a starfighter now, and the main character is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they have to explain it so the audience is like, oh, okay, gotcha.
Kind of like it's not as bad as like when like Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
The whole Flash Gordon, he kind of just like, okay.
Yeah,
he's
whatever.
like, I play football, like, you know.
I play football, so...
I play football, so
I'm going to ride
this
this magic space chariot now, and laser beams.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's...
Which is why Thor's so good, because Natalie Portman is the everyman to us, and Thor just understands everything, but when he comes crashing to Earth, he's like, I need to get back to the Rainbow Bridge, and she's like, what?
What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
Or when he goes to the pet store, and he's like, I need a horse.
Yeah.
And he's just like, we have dogs and cats, and he's like, well, get me one big enough to ride.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, he's not all there. Like,
Yeah, so... And it's just, I guess it's that term of relatability, which is going to lead into Harry Potter, which is one of the reasons I really like Harry Potter, because Harry Potter is the everyman. When he goes to the wizarding school and everybody's like muggles and all the coins and expecto patronum and whatever, he's like, what the fuck is all of this?
Yeah.
We as an audience get to relate to it more than we do in Lord of the Rings, where it's just like, we're going to this place and they already know where that place is.
Which I agree with this whole, with the whole everyman complex or whatever, but it's just like at the same time, it's just like the whole idea of fantasy is that you're not supposed to be necessarily in a situation where...
I guess.
Yeah.
And which is
like,
why I don't hate The Lord of the Rings, because there are people that really enjoy this, and I understand why. They get into this world.
It's not like I wake up every day and I'm like, man, I really wish I was an elf. Like, I know what the elf turmoil of 1935, went through. Like, they weren't allowed to vote or own land. Like, elves were just, like, persecuted for no, that's not
No, you're thinking of white men.
Oh.
That's right. White men persecuted. Here's my thing about Harry Potter, and the biggest reason that I am not a fan of it, almost.
You have no soul?
That.
You're just mad you couldn't get it with Emma Watson.
I'm not convinced I couldn't, but that's beside the point.
You're a Hufflepuff, weren't you?
I don't care.
See,
he'd like to huffle her bus.
I think the thing with Harry Potter is that there are no rules to that universe, pretty much.
No, there is.
But it's
there are rules.
It feels like every time there is a problem or anything like that, all J.K. Rowling had to do was go, and then there's a new spell. Aha! Wizards! It's like, I'm not
like to defeat Voldemort or something, they had to go around the world to collect the pieces of his soul, which is like, I don't know. I can see your point. I really can.
Yeah.
I guess it was more...
You do that with any book series, though. Like, necessarily. Like, they have to invent these rules. And it's like...
Especially
she established them, and then she didn't necessarily break them along the way, though.
And we could say the same thing about superheroes. There's always a MacGuffin to take down the biggest, baddest superhero. Like, in the newest era in Avengers, there was the cube.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Tesseract?
The Tesseract. And it's like, if we get rid of this MacGuffin, we can do that.
Yeah.
Or in Avengers Age of Ultron, there is if we put Ultron back into this one robot, it'll work. And then we can get the Infinity Stone. Yeah. There's always going to be that, and I don't know if we want to call that either lazy writing or it's more of just a plot convenience.
Well, my friend...
Or a plot hole.
My friend was talking, I don't even remember which friend it was, but it was like, basically every MacGuffin was just like your intergalactic. It's like your intergalactic plot, like moving your plot forward object.
Force.
It's always there, and I don't know. It gets boring.
Again, though, it goes right back to superhero movies. You look at the Marvel universe; the only thing they've cared about for the last 6 years is stones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not defending it. Like
Right.
Except for the only ones that didn't have a MacGuffin were Iron Man. Iron Man never had a MacGuffin. He was just
Iron Man didn't. The Hulk didn't.
Yeah, he did.
What? Yep, got me.
I couldn't.
Liv Tyler, no.
Ant-Man didn't. And
Well, no, Ant-Man did. It was the Pym particle, and well, I guess you could call that more of the driving force behind the plot,
Yeah,
more
but that
than
wasn't
a
like
plot
a
convenience.
He
A
didn't
MacGuffin.
use. It's not like in the final act he was like, "Aha! We finally have the Pym particle, and now I've defeated the bad guy."
Well,
Like
they did go into the microverse.
Dope.
Yeah, it was.
But I think this actually kind of takes us back to the Wolverine discussion too. Is that it feels like to me the best superhero movies, in my opinion, are ones that aren't the risk of the fate of the universe, the fate of the world. It's like Ant-Man.
Because they're not relatable.
Ant-Man is a really small. God, I hate myself so much. It's a small movie.
But then it gets bigger.
It's a personal one. You know, it's Hank
Right.
Pym, it's Scott Lang fighting bald guy from House of Cards, and that's it. Like,
Yellow Jacket.
and I think I think that's cool, and that's why I'm really, really excited for Spider-Man. I think because it's not going to be, you know, oh my God, the Vulture's going to destroy the world. It's going to be a really small and almost
It's
personal
going to shoot a
film.
blue laser into the sky.
The
Vulture's going to set up a
I'm
blue...
gonna stand up middle of the theater, shout "done," and walk out. That's
the Vulture shoots
the Vulture shoots a blue
into the
laser.
sky.
Calling it right now. Whenever that movie comes out,
Yep.
Spider-Man's going to be in
Next
high
year-ish.
school.
Yep.
He's hanging out with Mary Jane. She's like, "Hey, babe, what's going? Oh no, blue laser!
blue laser. Mary Jane. No, what if it's a different colored laser? And then
a
I'll be
red laser.
conflicted. Ah, shit! Do I like sit here? Do I keep watching? Like I don't know what's happening.
And then the laser starts making dubstep noises.
Oh my!
Oh god, it's a laser and it's terrible music.
Oh my God! It's Hans Zimmer in the corner.
I don't know how much of Superman or Man of Steel you watch because that happened.
Oh no, I know.
Okay.
I've seen-
Oh yeah, the dubstep machine.
It was the dubstep machine.
that terraforms the earth.
Yes.
I've seen Man of Steel one too many times.
If you have to have
So you've seen
Skrillex-
it once.
Yes, exactly.
if you have to have Skrillex as a consultant for your film, I don't want to watch your film.
Dude, Skrillex, Rick Ross, Suicide Squad.
Oh,
what
God.
up?
Purple Lamborghini.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's how
That
you make an
soundtrack.
action movie.
But anyways, going back to the discussion of fantasy, as we gotta wrap this up. Let's do one more thing on fantasy real quick. Anybody else got any things we want to say about the fantasy genre?
I just think, and I think fantasy is something that it is really easy to make badly, you know?
Yes.
Because it's very much
Hey.
you just like throw in
Hey now.
what?
Fourth Doctor did a great job in the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
What? I've never seen the Dungeons.
Oh
and
my god,
Dragons
it's
movie.
shit.
Wait, isn't there a Wayne's brother in that?
I know Michael Ironside's in it.
I'm pretty sure. Again, are we talking about Jeremy Irons?
No, this one I'm like
Hey,
90% sure it's
I'm gonna
Michael.
look it up.
Okay,
Just
go
gonna make
for it.
sure. But I'm pretty sure there's a Wayne's brother in that movie too.
Like, I don't know if anyone else saw the hit movie Warcraft.
Did not, which sucks because I really like him.
I love Duncan Jones. He is one of my favorite directors. Moon is incredible.
I saw the
Source
trailers
Code.
for that movie, and
really
it's just
good.
like.
Oh man, Dune
I
popped
got-
up. Now I just want to watch Dune.
But
Jeremy Irons again.
It was Jeremy
Yeah,
Irons.
Jeremy
Irons.
Okay.
Warcraft sucked, and it sucked that it sucked because I really.
But it
wanted
was
to
also
like
one
it.
of the reasons that because I've seen reviews of it.
Yeah.
I have not seen it, but every review had the same complaint that I had with Lord of the Rings. There was not an everyman. Everybody knew the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
My problem with that movie is that it was just all really, really bad. Like I wanted to give it something, and like the CG was horrible.
Well,
which
the thing with the whole like Warcraft is it has an established universe already.
Yeah.
So the people that they were targeting the film towards were the ones that already knew.
That's the
problem. You have to, like, if you're gonna make a fantasy film,
let
alone a fantasy genre, because like with the genre, you can invent the world.
Yeah.
You can make all your own rules. You can do everything. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And then, but if you already have an established universe, you're only going to get those people unless you bring them into it.
See,
again, back to the everyman.
We're going to bring this back to all of our discussions go back to Suicide Squad. This is the difference between Marvel and DC, and I fully believe this, is that Marvel doesn't expect you to know anything.
Yeah.
You can even go see the Avengers, not having seen any of the previous Marvel movies, and go out going, wow, okay, I pretty much got that. I had fun. If you go watch Suicide Squad, like, unless you were us, I don't understand how people... I mean, I think that a lot of the Suicide Squad fans are just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, you just walk in and there's a crocodile man. And there's no explanation at all.
I'll defend it a little bit. They had a decent enough setup with Waller. They shouldn't have done it twice. They did it twice to really make sure you knew who they were.
Here's the thing, what they did is they did... She came in and said, I want to create a team of the bad people. And you're like, all right. So then you get that horrible montage where their names pop up and stuff. And you get the backstory of Deadshot. You get the backstory of Harley Quinn. And that's
they gave a decent enough one for Killer Croc. They didn't do it for Diablo, but with like Killer Croc, she's like, he was this punk that was on the streets, murdered some people in Gotham, and then this certain Bat character ran him out, which is kind of world building because Killer Croc is one of the.
That's the thing though, is that they had to world build 8 characters in the span of 15 minutes,
and they did it really. And so that's the difference between like that and Guardians of the Galaxy. Is Guardians did it very organically.
And see, like, when they were doing it organically in Suicide Squad, I liked it. Like, when they were just going through the prison and just seeing the character traits of each person, that was better character than, like, explaining it to me.
Literally sitting down and going, her name is Harley Quinn, and she was a psychiatrist.
But we're not getting into Suicide Squad this time. This time, we're not getting into Suicide Squad.
We're talking about how bad that movie is now.
We'll get there.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't fight him.
Ugly, dude.
We have a guy that we are. I'm not gonna call him out now, but I mean,
you can say his name, and then I'm gonna bleep over it with
Martha. Okay, that works. All right, his name is Martha, and he's a friend of ours or whatever. Martha! And like he literally loves this movie. Like he found like almost no flaws with it, and I feel like it's just because he's a DC fanboy.
Yep.
And I'm a DC fanboy because I just went out and bought the newest issues of Green Arrow, Justice League, and Batman yesterday.
I mean, he likes all the other movies though too. He liked Batman vs Superman. He liked Man of Steel. Like he will defend these movies to no end.
Yeah.
I want to talk to him about it in real life because I don't want to be a keyboard
But that's
warrior.
more like a police officer sitting down with a murderer and just trying to find out what's in their head.
Right, yeah.
It's like, why did you do this?
I just want to do good cop, bad cop. But I'll play both cops though.
You'll be both. You'll be
Just
Lego
like,
movie.
why do you like this movie? It's okay. You can just tell
you're
us,
gonna play good cop RoboCop and then just shoot him.
Oh man, I like that. Yeah, RoboCop 2 though, the best one. Oh god, I can't say that loud.
No, I will defend RoboCop 2 more than I do with 3.
Oh no, 3
is where
3 doesn't exist. 3 does not exist.
Yes, it does because they have a jetpack.
You're not
You know
wrong.
who directed RoboCop 2? The dude that did Empire.
Yeah, he was a good director.
Oh, I thought you meant like the TV show. I was like, that seems like a stretch to me. I'm like, Terrence Howard. I could kind of see him being a RoboCop character. Like, I get it, you know, like
RoboCop 2 makes sense in the RoboCop universe. Yeah. And like there was some script problems, but it was like a decent enough movie. I give it like if I would just give it a rating, I'd give it a solid C+.
Yeah, but it doesn't have Red Foreman in it, so I just don't care.
You
know, it's like yeah.
I love it.
That one's still Peter Weller though, right?
But guys, the best RoboCop movie, RoboCop 2014.
Oh, so good.
The best
What
one.
pisses me off is that damn cast list, man.
That cast is so good.
Michael Keaton, Jack Earl Haley,
Joel Kinnaman, it's
Oldman.
Miller Time Kinnaman.
Joel, it's Miller Time Kinnaman. Oh my god.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, yeah.
All the scenes with Gary Oldman were pretty good.
I really liked it. I think it was kind of cool that he was like this scientist guy.
And like whenever I watched that movie, I was like, I want to hate this more than I do, and then my brain's like, yeah, you kind of do hate this more than you do.
And the sad part is, I was so excited for that movie.
Really? I saw the trailers. I'm like,
I
No,
don't
I was
know why. Like, I think it's
Black
'cause
suit,
I
I just like that killed it for me. I'm like,
I don't know, man. I love RoboCop. I love that first one. So
I think we need to cut to a clip of the RoboCop animated TV show now.
Holy shit! I'm into that.
I told you I'd help you one of these days, RoboCop. I guess it's one of these days today.
But you've already helped me a great deal.
One more thing. I left my skateboard in the driveway, and my dad ran over it with the car. Do you think you can fix it?
Dude, that was I love
How
that
does
show
one
as a
find
kid.
that?
I think they're all available on YouTube
Are
right
they?
now.
Oh man, the almighty YouTube.
What? I think that goes in the classification of shows might be better than the movies. Not the first one, but the sequels.
I have all the RoboCop movies, all 2 of them.
I have all 3 of them on VHS.
I have them on Blu-ray. So
that's like us claiming the Clone Wars doesn't exist. Which
I don't know what you're talking about. You guys keep talking episodes 1 through 3. I only know 4, 5, and 6, and then the Force Awakens.
You mean episodes 1, 2, and 3 then? A New Hope.
Yes.
Empire Strikes Back. I'm sorry, episodes 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi and Force
Awakens. Yeah.
They
That's
have
the
that
Star Wars
prequel.
movie,
There is a prequel coming out for it though this year.
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One indeed.
Man, that's gonna be.
I am so nervous about that film.
It looks really cool. Like, I like the trailers, but I am calling it right now for everyone listening. You're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
And that's why my expectations are like dirt low because that director.
Oh no.
Whoa!
I'm gonna like it.
Gareth Edwards irks me on so many fucking levels.
Whoa! Godzilla was dope.
Fuck you!
Get out of here!
Fuck you!
Godzilla was dope.
All right, we're gonna get into an argument about this. That movie I have such a love-hate fucking relationship with because whenever Godzilla was on screen, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Whenever Bryan Cranston was on screen, it was fucking amazing. The rest of the 2 hours that was in between those scenes, I wanted to pull my hair out because Kick-Ass was such a fucking boring character.
Here's the thing. A, that movie was fun. B, the really cool thing about Gareth Edwards, and this is awesome, he made his first movie called Monsters.
I own it on Blu-ray.
It's just like on his fucking laptop.
Yeah.
That dude, and it was like, what, like 6-7 years ago? He went from making a movie on his laptop to directing Godzilla to directing a fucking Star Wars.
Which, that's the thing though. Where did he get these credit? Why did the studios go, hey, you've made 1 movie before this. We're going to give you Godzilla. Hey, you've made 2 movies. 1 was moderately successful at the box office. You get Star Wars.
Well, I mean, you also have to look at Disney also giving the keys to Josh Trank before that fell through. Because he made Chronicle, got Fantastic Four, and a Star Wars movie.
And he got screwed on Fantastic Four.
You're right. Man, that's a discussion I want. Because, like...
Episode 4. Fantastic
Fan
Four.
Four Stick.
Fan Four Stick.
Episode 4. I like how it's already been planned.
Because we got to talk about Suicide
Right,
Squad.
Suicide
We've been
Squad
planning
next.
this.
We'll get to it.
All right.
Fan Four Stick is such an interesting movie.
I think we all need to sit down and watch it together.
Lunchbox hasn't seen it.
Haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
I'm
seen
waiting.
it either. I've
What?
seen clips. I've seen clips and I've seen
God.
multiple reviews.
Oh,
we need to
man.
watch it together.
Yeah, it's
Man.
bad.
And then
It's
we
an
need to watch the
experience.
Roger Corman Fantastic Four right afterwards.
I'm into that.
I'm okay with that.
Because I love the Roger Corman Fantastic
I
Four. That was
wanna-
never supposed to be seen by human eyes.
Dude, I love it. I'm so into it.
Okay.
See the musical.
So that was our discussion
On
on
fantasy, I guess. Yeah. Come back next time when we talk about hopefully Suicide Squad if Kelsey can wake up. And we'll talk about some cool stuff. So other than that, thanks for tuning in. Sorry that we talked about fantasy for about 1/6 of the time.
I think we need to end this with a clip from Dark Knight Returns with RoboCop Batman talking.
I'm into that.
Oh god, that's so good. I like
All right.
that. Yeah.
I've been Will.
I am the QuinnJet.
Still Lunchbox.
We'll see you all next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you to everyone who listened all the way. We only use the best royalty-free and copyright-expired music YouTube won't flag. All rights have been reserved. Any opinions are just that, and nothing is to be taken as fact for persons living, dead, or fictional. Hope to see you soon.
Batman! Show yourself! Face me, fool, and I will kill you! I will show you who rules Gotham City!
Okay, son. Show me.